On the Widnes side, Alan Tate, Andy Currier just back from that final with Balmain. Jonathan Davis, 92 points already this season, and the flyer, Martin O'Fire. And on the Canberra Raiders side, John Ferguson, the ageless veteran who admits to being 35 years old, and one of the greatest players in the world, and acknowledged so, the great Mal Meninga, plus one of the stars of the future, the young loose forward, Bradley Clyde. It should be a wonderful game, and there's a great crowd building up. Your commentators, Alex Murphy and Ray French.
And it's Canberra Raiders' insistence, neutral referee for this match. Monsieur Desplat, the French referee in his all-red strip. I saw him referee the Kangaroo Series in '88. He did a very good job. The #1 referee in France at the moment. And a good start straight away for Widnes. That slip of a kick there, very, very bad for Canberra. Puts the pressure on them straight away. So Ricky Stewart's a kick out, drop kick. Well taken by Paul Hume. And there's one of the distinctive features of any Australian side, the tackling. Men coming up in 2s and 3s. Well, only needed one man there, Ali, didn't we, for the tackle?
Well, I think that's going to be the, the case for tonight, Ray. We're going to have a lot of attacking play. We're going to have some tremendous defensive play, and we really should have a cracking game.
Yeah, Steve Jackson there, Canberra Raiders in the green jerseys, white shorts, and Widnes the white jerseys with the black piping. Canberra driving the forwards up. Number 10, Glenn Lazarus. Played for New South Wales this season. Meninga to Belcher. Oh, this is good rugby. Meninga again, but that's a good tackle. Excellent tackle by Jonathan Davis. Probably 3 or 4 stones difference. But Canberra like to throw this ball around. This is good stuff to Ferguson. He's got space on the outside, and another good tackle. Well, Canberra promised that they would entertain the British crowd. A very different side to most of the sides based in the Sydney League. Not as defence orientated as the Australian sides usually are. That's a good heel.
I think what we've got to be look out for is the difference in styles. Canberra obviously are not going to change the style. They're going to spin the ball out wide and really depend on people like Meninga and Ferguson, to put the ball over the line.
And certainly Widnes finding great difficulty going down the middle. McKenzie. Back to Davis. That's a superb kick. Well caught by Gary Belcher. To Ferguson. He can weave, he can dodge, this lad, 35 years of age. But a great favourite. Lots of Wigan fans here to see this left wing for Canberra. Canberra only been in existence since 1982, one of the new sides in Australia. Short ball. Chris O'Sullivan, number 6. Seeing good service with Oldham. Widnes certainly got to withstand this pressure, Alec, haven't they?
Yes, and I just wonder, Widnes have never ever been put under this kind of pressure before. The 2 true champions, one from Australia and surely one from Australia and one from Widnes.
That's a good kick. Well, somebody was nudged out of the way. Good decision there from referee Mr. Desplat. He was right on the spot. And that's a penalty.
Well, this is good tactics by Canberra. Look at this. It's a lovely ball, flighted, beautiful. The post obstructs the kicker, and that's good play. And really, what's the obstruction here? Yes, as you see it, Darren Wright pulls Meninga back. That could have been a try.
So Widnes in possession. Joe Grimmer. This lad number 8 will want a big game tonight. Very disappointed that he wasn't selected for the New Zealand touring side. Widnes certainly shouldn't be lacking in fitness as this game wears on. They've been down to Conway in North Wales for the weekend training squad. That's a good kick, forcing Belcher. Likes to attack this lad, Gary Belcher. Top try scorer in the Sydney league. Oh, that's good rugby. Meninga. And a penalty, I think, against Widnes for lying on it to play the ball. Tony Myler there, interfering with Meninga on the floor. I think they were just glad to get Meninga down, weren't they?
Well, I think if you notice again, Ray, it took 3 Widnes players to pull Meninga down. It shows you what a big fella he is. And I think they've got to make use of him.
Gary Belcher, Castleford fans interested in him. He's the leading try scorer in Sydney, 16 tries this season. Interesting to see Canberra. Well, I was just going to say, interesting to see Canberra driving the ball in here, trying to bring the Widnes defence in, but caught offside. Well, I would have thought that might have been worth a goal, Alec.
Well, it was interesting to see what happened then, Ray. Meninga must have said, look, we're confident enough, let's kick for goal, let's kick for touch. We think we can get a try from this.
The Canberra Raiders side were out half an hour before kick-off. They were doing quite a lot of running exercises, passing exercises, so there's certainly no jet lag with this side. Jackson. Gary Coyne, 15 stone second row, played for Queensland this season. Still Canberra on the attack. Oh, that's a good ball to Dean Lance. Moving this ball well. Again, back to Walters. This is good rugby. Looking for the support. Widnes can't let him open this ball out. Well, it looked to knock on to me. It was. I don't think the crowd or the players heard the whistle. Very big crowd here at Old Trafford. But definitely a knock on, but at least I think it stopped a dangerous move, Alec, from Canberra.
Well, I think you'll see here, Ray, that Canberra not frightened to just throw the ball out wide. I'm very, very lucky for Widnes, you know, that one of the Widnes players just caught an hand to it.
Belcher, that's a good run. Here's a chance. They got 2-1 here. Oh, he should have stayed outside, I think. Young Matthew Wood. Canberra still on the attack. Bradley Clyde. 19 years of age, this loose forward. Already the test loose forward against New Zealand for the Aussies this summer. Widnes, tremendous defence here. And Canberra still moving this ball out wide. To Belcher again. He's got Ferguson. To Meninga. Oh, he's over. Yes. We mentioned the power and the size of that man. Nearly 17 stones, this lad. Suffered 3 broken arms in his career. Hardly played over the past 2 seasons. And now he's back. He's as fit as ever. 4 points to 0 then for Canberra. And first try to the Canberra skipper. And that was the problem, I think, all of Widnes were worried about. The sheer size, the sheer physique of this Canberra centre. Excellent start for the Raiders.
And now you know why my St Helens club want to sign the man, the king, they're calling him in St Helens. I think they'll make him the murder St Helens if he came back. Just look at this beautiful ball off Belcher, inside again. Now just watch the big fella when he gets this ball. He pops on, you know, nobody's going to stop him from there, and he goes over with nobody near him.
So Widnes 4 points to 0 down, and youngster Matthew Wood, 20 years of age, over 200 points this season in the Sydney League. Remembering that's a lot of points considering that the Australian sides don't play half as many games as we do. Oh, it's a good kick. It's a beauty. Straight from the touchline. If any side wants a confidence boost, Mr. Wood's giving them 6 points to 0 for the Raiders. So, Jonathan Davis to restart, and Widnes have got to get into this game. They've been denied possession so far, they've rarely had it, and just made the occasional foray into this half. Meninga again. This is good rugby. Laurie Daly. Another youngster. They certainly make them big in Australia. This lad, 14 stone centre as well. Alec, I get the feeling that Widnes are not going up quick enough for these lads.
Well, I get the feeling, Ray, that Widnes are being made look very, very ordinary in this game because, you know, Canberra have took the game to them. They've not, you know, stood back and they said, we're going to win the game by doing what we do best.
Yeah, there's plenty of time yet, though. Widnes, full of stars, full of good runners. Canberra certainly entertaining. Meninga again. Oh, beautiful ball to Wood. Oh, he's got inside him. It's a try. Chris O'Sullivan. And the man who made it again, Mal Meninga. Well, certainly the Canberra Raiders are showing us how fragile this Widnes defence is. It was that Meninga half break on the outside, a little push off, and the one-handed pass. And after that, well, for players of this class, it was a formality. Chris O'Sullivan, the ex-Oldham player, one of the few players to be left with the Canberra side, started out in '82 when they came into the Sydney League. Good support play there, classic support play for a half-back.
Well, you've got to talk about class, and you're going to see some class here because this is really from the top drawer. It's absolutely magnificent play. Just watch the big fella here. Absolutely, look, he hands 2 men off, slips it inside Chris Wood. Now have a look what happens here. Sullivan can't believe his luck. He's saying, is there nobody chasing me? What's going on here? Are we playing a rugby match? Oh, good God.
And this should be a simple kick for Wood. And to go 12 points to 0 in the lead, if he kicks this ball after barely 11 minutes, I don't think anybody on the Raiders side could have envisaged this. Certainly I don't think Widnes coach Doug Lawton could. But it's there. 2 points, 12 points to 0 for Canberra.
Well, this has got to be, we're talking about tries of the season, and I hate saying this, but look, just watch the big fella here. He pops 2 men off here to fire and right, and he says, come on, you two, let's make a game of it. Inside, he puts Woods away, and look at O'Sullivan queuing up to take the simplest of chances. You know, good players make these things look easy. That's Martin Afire chasing him. He's give up, and no wonder. What a very, very good try.
Now then, this is better tackling from Widnes. They've got to get themselves into this game, but they're rarely touching the ball. Canberra retaining possession, making good use of the 6 tackles. That's a good run by hooker Steve Walters. He's lost it. Now then, Widnes got to use this ball. Richard Ayres, Sorensen. Alan Tate. Back to Grimmer. Derek Pike, that's missed it. Andy Courier lost possession, and I think this is the tale of the night so far. Widnes rarely going 6 tackles. Canberra using the ball well. Gary Belcher again. coaches there, Tim Sheen for Canberra on the right and Doug Lawton on the left. Well, I wonder what thoughts are going through their minds. Certainly Doug Lawton, he's got a fight on his hands. Tate. Likes to run, Alan Tate. Ex-Kelso Rugby Union centre. And I like the way the referee started, Alec, Monsieur Desplat.
Yes, well, I think, Ray, what we've got to look at is have a look at not what the referee is doing, but have a look at what Widnes are doing, because Canberra look as though they've come from a different generation. They're spinning the ball out wide, they're playing in their own 25, and really, Widnes look ponderous at this moment in time.
Well, Davis has speed. It's a long, long way to go yet. There's a fire, there's Davis, there's Tate, and I've seen this Widnes side shock a few. It's not for nothing that they're the British champions for the last 2 seasons. Richard Ayres. Good move to Sorensen. Can't get the ball away. The Australians doing very well to clamp this ball. Tony Myler. And again they've lost it. Meninga. Well, it's all fumbles tonight from Widnes. O'Sullivan. He's lost it. And I think Widnes really need to hold this ball for 2 or 3 tackles. Even if they're being tackled at the moment short in, they've got to get the confidence, they've got to get the grip of this ball. Hume, Pike. Oh no, that's too slow. That won't work against a defence as quick as the Canberra side. David Hume. No, ball back. David Hume just misjudging that kick. The ball, of course, must bounce in rugby league before it goes into touch.
I think, honestly, Ray, what we've got to say is that Canberra Raiders at this moment in time are really giving everybody a lesson in not just rugby league, how to tackle, how to back up and how to play rugby.
Feeding. Martin O'Fire not touched the ball yet. Jonathan Davis to put to touch. That's a good kick, 35 yards gain. Put about 8 or 9 pounds on since his rugby union days, especially around the chest. And let's see if Widnes can go the full 6 tackles. Richard Ayres. Oh, what a pass! Absolutely disaster. Oh, this is good play. Here's Daly. Inside to Clyde. But good cover by Tony Myler. Everything's going wrong for Widnes. They held the ball twice there. Back to the Raiders. Clyde. Daly. And Wood on the other wing. This is like basketball. Well, penalty. Yes.
I honestly believe, Ray, that you know, this has got to be one of the greatest exhibitions of rugby league, because you know the 2 champions of one of England and one of Australia, and you wonder whether these fellas have come from a different planet.
Glenn Lazarus, the only 23 years of age, and Mal Meninga, I think, going to Ashwood to take the kick. I think he's got to do here, because 14 points really would be a crushing blow to Widnes at this stage.
Well, this is how bad things are going for Widnes. Now look, is this a little bit too much? Are they trying to be too clever? Just look at this. Matthew Woods, and you cannot believe in here. I think he should have scored from this. He comes inside, and I think he thinks, well, it's a bit of an exhibition game, this. He comes round 1 man, 2 men. He's still going with the ball. Just look how wrong Canberra have this ball. Have a look, a beautiful long ball out. There's 5, 6, 7 men in support, 1 inside. Here we go again. The ball's not finished yet. They're going to keep this ball alive. This is magnificent football.
Certainly a lesson in support play. Wood, his 3rd attempt, 2 already successful. Only forced his way into this side, 20 years of age this season. No, he's missed it. So, Matthew's first miss hit. Score still 12 points to 0 for Canberra. Many of these Canberra Raiders players wanted by English clubs. Malmeninger, of course, with St Helens, or Sullivan with Oldham. This is good percentage rugby. Driving in for 2-3 tackles, then releasing this ball to Ferguson. Likes to come and weave about inside this lad. He spots a half gap. Oh, this is good running. Good tackle by Tate. 35 years old is John Ferguson, yet he seems like Methuselah. He still keeps going. And there's no way Widnes can escape this pressure. Belcher again. To Clyde. Oh, magnificent pass, but it's a forward. No try for Laurie Daly. But it was magnificently thought there by Bradley Clyde. The flick with the wrists.
And have a look at it. This is if he'd have scored here, I think it was good night for everybody. Daly makes a break. A quick ball out here, and there's no problem. Just slightly forward.
And one of the problems here, Alec, I think Widnes having great difficulty breaking the cover. The forwards not big enough yet to move anybody out of the way, are they?
Well, I think really, Ray, what we've got to say about this game is the lack of ideas. One is brimming with confidence, and the other side look as though they're just learning the game. And really, if Widnes are going to test this Canberra side, they'll certainly have to come up with some new ideas.
Yep. They've certainly got to get it moved out, I think, to Martin O'Fire on one wing and Andy Currier on the other. Davis, right-footed. But again, there's no pressure here on John Ferguson. He's been allowed to run 10-15 yards before the first Widnes defenders get there. It's almost as if one or two of these Widnes lads have frozen. I haven't seen them as lax as this for a long time. Daly, powerful 19-year-old.
I think it's true to say, Ray, that looking at these two sides, one look as though they've come here to do a job. We had a game a few years ago with Wigan, but these fellas look as though they look like the mean machine. Everything they do is precise.
O'Sullivan, and he is one of the key players. Oh, that's a good run straight through the tackle there. Oh, well, it was a good job. Laurie Daly fell, and I think Widnes have got the ball. Andy Currier. Sorensen. The big crowd trying to get behind Widnes, the British champions trying to urge them on, roar them on. They've really got to move this ball out wider through 2 or 3 pairs of hands and strike about 30-40 yards away from the acting half-back position.
Looking at this game, Ray, really, there's Widnes look as though they're desperately lacking pace. I mean, in our game they're running riot, but on this game they're being made to look very, very ordinary.
The 6th tackle. Back to Davis. And this is the only way that Widnes are actually getting into the Canberra half. Ferguson again, beats 1 man, beats 2 men, beats 3 men, beats 4 men. Well, very, very poor tackling there. But it's Canberra on the attack again. That's better. That's a good tackle from Richard Ayres. To Dean Lance. Not a very big forward by Australian standards. Steve Walters. It's Daly. And the sixth tackle. Widnes must hold out here. To Stewart. Oh, that's a good pass. Still going. And that's the handover. But all credit to Canberra. No safety first. Move the ball out wide. Bradley Clyde there, number 13, just couldn't hold it. And offside. Huge roar from the crowd. The first offside, and a good run by Tony Myler. Now then, he's got some space, but a good tackle by Gary Belcher. And suddenly Widnes look as if they're doing something. To Richard Ayres, but there's no support there. That's better. David Hume. Tate. Good tackle there by Steve Jackson. Widnes best spell. Phil McKenzie. Oh, beautiful pass from Davis. Courier. An outstanding season in Australia. This is more like the Widnes we know. Pike.
I think, Dore, if they're going to crack this Canberra defence, they've got to move the ball about. You cannot play these fellas down the middle. The tackling is so
that's
good.
A good ball to Hume. He's going for the line, and he's there. Oh yes, good try. That's the true Widnes from Paul Hume. Widnes let the ball go. Opened it out to the ranks. And this hard-working lad played half-back. Played hooker in the third test in '88 for Great Britain. Pulls Widnes back in the game. 12 points to 4 now. Good support play. That's more like the Widnes we've been accustomed to see over the past 12 months.
Well, maybe they've said, Ray, we've had enough of the belting. Let's get back to playing with the way we can play. This is good driving football, good support play. The two Humes here, David and Paul Hume. A lovely little ball here. He can't believe his luck, and that's just what Widnes needed.
Jonathan Davis, his first kick of the match. Not an easy one. 27 yards out, well to the left touchline. You're hoping to flight this round. Oh, it looks good. No, just gone. So 12 points to 4, but at last Widnes showing a little form.
Well, you've got to watch, this is the try here, this is a magnificent try here. Grimmer does his work here, drives the ball in. Now it's the release that's very important. David Hume and brotherly love, here it comes, and that's a good try, and very, very important for Widnes.
So Canberra. And I do think that Widnes should learn a lesson from that try, Alec, that they do have speed out wide there, don't they?
Well, I think, Ray, to be quite honest, if you said this was a boxing match, it'd have been stopped in the first 5 minutes. But Widnes have got back up off the floor and really they're taking part in this game now.
And Monsieur Desplat, right on the spot again, very, very firm with his decisions. A lot of needle in this match, a lot of Australian, Great Britain rivalry off the field. A lot of hype associated with it, and a lot of nervous players. I think Widnes have just got to hold the ball for a spell. Sorensen. That was a bad pass to receive. Davis. Just couldn't get away. Oh, he's lost it. A hand vainly clutched out there, but he couldn't hold it.
You see Jonathan Davis here. Everybody on the ground waits to see this fella have the ball, but just look at the Australians. They know what he can do, and I'll tell you what, they know what they're going to do with him if they got the chance.
knock on. The New Zealand Test team, who are touring Great Britain at the moment, travelled across from their headquarters at York to watch this game. That's a good heel. Now it's got to go out. Alan Tate looking for the gap. Good tackle. Copybook tackle there by standoff Chris O'Sullivan. Tony Myler to Pike. To Paul Hume.
I get the feeling now, Ray, that if Widnes hold this ball and play with the ball and take Canberra on, one or two of these lads may have a little bit of jet lag and maybe feeling the pinch a little bit.
Suddenly, Alec, there are gaps opening up out wide in this green defence. David Hume to a fire. Oh, he's away! Back to McKenzie. A fire. And the sixth tackle. Alan Tate looking for a high one. It's a good one. Belcher's underneath it. He's missed it. Play on. It's Tate again. It's the sixth tackle they've got to pass. And a let off there for the Raiders. Offside there from Widnes. Richard Duplat, I think, responsible for a very open game here. He's keeping the two sides well apart. And Canberra certainly a resilient side. The only side ever to win the Australian Grand Final by figuring in the playoffs outside the top three. Good kick there from Ricky Stewart, the ex-Wallaby Rugby Union scrum half. Steve Jackson. Canberra tried and trusted tactics here, sending two forwards up, the two props, these two props, Steve Jackson and Glenn Lazarus, either side of the play of the ball, getting through a lot of work, drawing in the Widnes cover. But this lad Walters running too much for me. And Widnes have it.
I think there's a little bit now in Canberra's play, Ray. They're not supporting the man as good as what he was, and Widnes, the longer they keep the ball, surely must be feeling a lot better.
Just 34 minutes gone. Canberra still leading there, 12 points to 4. Set off like whirlwinds. No way through for Davis. Hume. And at the moment, there's one man missing from the first, second receiver. There's not that support coming up as there should be. Grimmer.
I think what's missing, Ray, is really that little bit of class, because there is that little bit of difference. I think Canberra will be a little bit disappointed. They're not many more points in front, but Widnes have got to keep at it.
Oh, that's a magnificent kick. But has he kept it in? No, he hasn't. No, the touch judge just given it. A juggling act there from Ferguson from Alan Tate's kick. Wonderful kick there from Alan Tate.
Well, I think this has got to be a judge decision, this. Have a look at it. It's a magnificent kick from Tate. He bangs the ball. Now, just watch Ferguson. Does he go in touch? Does he go over the line? Yes, I think the referee was dead right. Good kick.
And it's Widnes on the attack. 5 tackles in this sequence. 15 yards from the Canberra line. And wasted a tackle, I'm afraid, there. Tony Myler. Widnes forward, standing still at the moment, not running from depth. Pike. The short ball to McKenzie. He's got the line in front of him, and it fires in. Brilliantly worked try. The short ball between Pike and McKenzie. Martin will fire at half a yard, and suddenly those Widnes supporters, they've flocked here in their thousands, and Widnes are back in this game. 12 points to 8 now for Canberra. But I sensed that the pendulum swinging, and they'll fire 13th try of the season. 60 tries last season, 40 the season before. The master try scorer in rugby league.
And what a way to reply to anybody whoever says these fellas are going on the floor. Not lightly. Derek Pike, a lovely short ball. Phil McKenzie on it like a flash. And look at Martin Maffia. You don't give this fella these chances. Right back in the game. Now this is what Widnes, just watch Derek Pike here. This is the lovely short ball. It's a beautiful short ball. Here it goes, McKenzie, he pops it over for the fire. There it goes, no problem.
And this is the kick from the touch line by Davis. This is the kick, could lift those Widnes hearts again. It needs one from the touch line. It's a magnificent kick, and suddenly everything's going Widnes' way. 2 points difference now. Widnes 10, Canberra 12. And there's the value of Jonathan Davis, the leading point scorer in rugby league this season. 35th goal of the season.
McKenzie's got the ball here. Derek Pike, a lovely short ball. McKenzie twice in the move, slips the ball out to the fire, and that's what he needs, chances like that.
Widnes again, Richard Ayres. Widnes growing confident as they hold this ball. Good break from Sorensen. He's got Tony Myler with him, looking for support, but he can't escape Ferguson now. Here's a chase. Belcher. Andy Currier. And that's desperation. John Ferguson there did a good job in keeping Andy Currier away from Tony Myler. He ran between him, but it was desperation tactics there from Gary Belcher.
And I think if you have a look now, Ray, looking at some of these Canberra Raiders, you know, as the jet lag got to them, Widnes are piling on the pressure and really put him under the cosh.
Tony Myler, and this Great Britain standoff coming more and more into the game. Had a bit of a shock at the form and speed of Chris O'Sullivan early on, but Tony Myler now beginning to dictate matters in midfield. David Hume, Joe Grimmer. And one or two of these Canberra forwards, Alex, seem to be slowing down.
Well, I think the longer Widnes are keeping the ball, the better they begin into Luke. I think the more possession they have, they really get him in confidence, and this is what they want.
Hume. Pike. Crashing down, likes to deliver this short ball. Australians don't have many forwards like David Pike with a little slip pass.
Well, I think, Ray, that Manchester United, who play on this ground, would really have been proud of that.
And suddenly, Canberra forwards coming up in ones there now. Steve Jackson. Well, that must be a penalty. Yes. Playing the ball to himself when he was being marked.
I think the penalty.
Well, it's the penalties against Canberra.
Yeah,
I
think
can't
what
see
happened,
that.
Ray, that Joe Grimmer didn't mark the man squarely. I think the referee was dead right. The man was standing at the side of the player, and the player is allowed to play the ball to himself.
Well, I disagree, Alec. I thought it was a 50-50. But certainly, it's given a respite for Canberra. Good run from Bradley Clyde. Just a minute to go in this first half. I think Widnes, having suffered that 12-0 deficit in 11 minutes, I think they'll settle for this. They've got to keep Canberra out now. Wood moving across from that right wing. A short ball to Dean Lance. Used to be the captain of this Canberra Raiders side, now in the hands of Meninga. Stewart. Coyne. And the Widnes tackling looking more solid now.
I think they're getting a feel for the game, Ray. I think they've got a better line, and Canberra's not breaking through as much as they was doing.
Oh, that's well done by Tate. That's superb full-back play. Beating O'Sullivan and Meninga to a fire. Can he spot a gap?
I think the problem there, Ray, might be if we can just look over the far side and see big Mal Meninga.
Oh, good ball. And there's the hooter, the half-time hooter. 12 points to 10 for Canberra, but I'm sure Widnes, after that horrific start, will settle for that. I think it's going to be an even better second half. And I think the big news here, buzzing around Old Trafford, is that big Mal Meninga is off the field. We saw him limp off, and in his place is the substitute, number 15, Paul Martin. And just listen to the cheers, Alec, at the news that Meninga's off. I mean, what effect that player must have.
Well, he's obviously got a very serious injury. He did get a knock, but there is a problem here now that our Widnes compete in the second half. I think they got the better of the first half late on in the match, and they must be full of confidence.
They certainly must. To come back from 12 points nil down, looking down and out in the early stages. Played some brilliant rugby, and then to see that Meninga's not out for the second half. That must be a confidence boost. Richard Ayres. Pike. Derek Pike did the damage with that short pass to Mackenzie for that try. Tate to Belcher. And that's good moving up by Widnes. That's quicker moving. It's no good just kicking a ball far downfield unless your cover moves up. Ricky Stewart. O'Sullivan. Bradley Clyde, that's a good move, that's good running. He's a strong lad, this youngster. Good pass. And that shows the danger, that shows the speed of this Canberra side. Stewart, O'Sullivan. Belcher. Widnes desperate to hold on here. Oh, shrugs him off. Here's a chance. Well done by O'Fire. Martin O'Fire did well to come in there and spot Paul Martin. But Canberra still on the attack. That's a nice chip. He's knocked on.
Ray, that could be a real problem there going off, and that looks like to me Tony Myler. He's got a tremendous gash above his head, and you know, if he has to come off, that will be a big blow for Widnes.
So, and Barry Dowd to come on. Barry suffered a very serious knee injury to the back end of last season. Still a youngster. And so suddenly Meninga and Myler, and this looks better for Widnes. Meninga and Myler gone from the field. Possibly the two most influential players. Kurt Sorensen now storming through. Hume to Richard Ayres. Ayres playing in the headgear usually worn by Australian players. Back to Ayres and offside. No, he's given that neither of the players were marking the play of the ball correctly. You must stand in line, parallel to the touchline, facing your opposition. Jonathan Davis just setting up this Widnes move. Widnes 2 points behind, 12 points to 10. To Sorensen. Kurt Sorensen, the Widnes skipper, needs to play a powerful role here, needs to set the example. Very experienced Kiwi player. That's a good ball to Hume. He's beat the cover. He's got Richard Ayres. Oh, he just couldn't get the pass out. But the gaps are there. They're opening up now for Widnes. And this 30,000 crowd getting behind them. Oh, I think it should have gone out, Paul. I think it should have gone out. But 2 yards from the Canberra line. The space out wide if they can move the ball. Pike. Well, that's a beautiful pass to Alan Tate. Just couldn't get the ball away. And the 6th tackle. There's room out wide if Sorensen can get it there. Courier's got him on the outside. Oh, what a head tackle. But significantly, Davis has scored. I think we should note there that Davis has scored regardless of the head tackle. But that was a bad one. And I would hope that Monsieur Desplat realises that Jonathan Davis did score despite the tackle. Laurie Daly, the big Australian centre, being sent to the sin bin for 10 minutes. And I'm sure it's a try. Yes, it is. He's given a try. And rightly so. Well, little Jonathan Davis. He was boasting to me the other week that he was 12 stone, 8 pounds. He's put 8 pounds on. And despite that nasty head-high tackle, Davis managed to get in. And that's put Widnes in the lead. 14 points to 12, and Davis to take the kick. Good referee there by Monsieur Desplat.
Well, this is a try, rightly deserved by Widnes, but just look at this tackle. Does this deserve 10 minutes in the sin bin? Have a look at this. Go, I cannot believe it. How he scored a try from that, I'll never know.
So, can Davis land another one from the touchline? 35 goals already, 94 points he's opened this season with. He struck it well, no, just not got the accuracy. But Widnes, 14 points to 12 in the lead. The British champions now showing Australia the way home.
Well, they're saying in this game, can Jonathan Davis take a knock? Will he be strong enough to play rugby league? Now just watch this and judge for yourself. This takes a very, very brave man. Look at this for a tackle. Laurie Daly, I cannot believe he's on the field, and the little fella gets up and still goes over the line.
Barry Dow driving in. Well, who would have thought it? 12 points to 0 down, Alec, and now 14-12 in the lead.
Yes, but it just shows you the character of the Widnes side, where you've got to give them a lot of credit, and we'll see now whether Canberra's got any bottle.
Joe Grimmer, and suddenly it's going right. Andy Courier, he's got Martin of fire on his outside. This man can go. It's a try. Nobody needs to bother. He's in there for his second try. Doesn't he love to score tries? And suddenly, Old Trafford is alive. His 14th try of the season. Brilliant burst there by Andy Courier. 18 points to 12 for Widnes, and suddenly Canberra are on the rack.
Well, they say in rugby league there's no exception for pace, and this is what a good side does. This is pace, lovely wide ball from Widnes. Again the short ball, but just watch the support. Beautiful play by Courier. Now look at Martin of fire. There's nobody going to catch this fella. They can run, he's actually toying with the opponents, and that's just what Widnes needed.
Yes, and that's the difference that I think having one man less. Daly, of course, on the sin bin, that last number 13 vital cover not able to get across, but surely this man's pace, phenomenal. And another very difficult kick for Davis. Looking to become the first player to 100 points this season. He's on 98 points now, just these two for 100 points for the season. No, just to the left of the post. So 18-12 for Widnes. Matthew Wood brought in from the wing. He'll be looking for a long kick. He finds one. But it finds Andy Courier moving into the centre role. Sorensen. Paul Hume. Having good games, these two Hume brothers, Paul and David. Local Widnes lads, come through the amateur leagues. Mackenzie, that's a good ball. To Barry Dow, back to Mackenzie, to Pike. That's beautiful rugby. Good close support play. No forward more than 3 or 4 yards away. Phil Mackenzie to Pike again. The dummy loses it. But again, good refereeing there from the Frenchman. Allowed the advantage.
I think also, Ray, what we've got to say is that Widnes now are giving Canberra a taste of what Canberra give Widnes in the first half. I think the backing up and the support play is absolutely first class.
Yes, Coach Doug Lawn was telling me midweek, he said this game will go the full 80 minutes and fitness will tell. He's had them at training camp in Conway in North Wales for the weekend. And I think they've been up 1 or 2 mountains. Hume to Tate. He's got speed, he's got a fire with him. Can he get that gap? Oh, beautiful ball to Courier. Courier's going, he's got a 2-to-1. Alan Tate, he passed inside when he had Jonathan Davis outside. Davis is going himself. 5 yards from the Canberra line. And my, aren't Widnes making this 13-man to 12 difference tell. David Hume. Oh, that's a bad pass. But he hasn't got the pace to go, I don't think. And it's beautifully picked up. Just look at that brought forward. Now then, 4-1 to a fire. He's got the loose forward. Richard Ayres. He's in. Yes. I don't think he knew he was going to score. Suddenly he had the confidence to go. And Widnes are now romping the game. But what a pick-up from Derek Pike. Brought forward off the floor, he bent his back. He picked it up like a globetrotter. And all credit to Richard Ayres, this ex-Blackbrook amateur lad. He scored.
Well, you talk about rugby out of the top draw. Just look at this. It looked like a try for Canberra, but have a look what Widnes do. They do not believe that when the ball's on the floor, you cannot score. Derek Pike popped down. Have a look at Martin Afire here. He takes this ball off his bootlaces. Now look what goes on here. No problems. He cannot believe Richard Ayres. I cannot score it. Can I score it? Yes, I can. I'll have another go. And he does.
Jonathan Davis, just that one goal from the touchline in the first half to his credit, and 1 try. An easier kick than his previous 2. Yes, it's there, straight between the posts. The extra 2 points taking Widnes away. 24 points to 12 now.
I think what we've got to say about him tonight, Ray, he's really answered all his critics.
Another long kick from Wood, but all the time he's kicking it direct to Courier, not really gaining anything by these kicks. And Courier, I think, seeking revenge for that defeat when he was with Balmain. Sorensen. Pike. One of the differences, I think, is the handling ability of this Widnes pack now.
I think what we've got to be thinking about, Ryan, now is that a lot of people say in England we can't match the Australians in skill, but I think Widnes are proving that all wrong.
Ayres. A lot of competition for the Great Britain loose forward with Ellery Hanley out. David Hume to Sorensen again. Oh, that's a good ball. Just couldn't be picked up by Hume. Just 15 minutes gone in this second half, and Canberra looking desperate to get back in the game. This boy Wood really playing hard, moving all over the place. Paul Martin. And boos every time this big centre gets the ball, Laurie Daly, the man who did the head-high tackle on Davis. Gary Coyne. O'Sullivan. Clyde. Nowhere to go. Eric Pike ended up on the wing. Pike again. Had a good solid game, Derek Pike. Nothing fancy, and then the occasional sleight of hand pass. Hume. That's a good kick. It needs the defenders, Hume leading them. Oh, good play by Belcher. And there's a high tackle. Well, there's no need for these players to get involved. If you want to be champions, discipline is what counts. Now, will Monsieur Desplat send Sorensen for 10 minutes? No, he gives a warning.
Well, I think people say head-high tackles, but I think this one was an accident. I don't think he came inside, the fellow was off balance. I don't think there was anything intentional about that. It looked bad, but it wasn't as bad as really. Gary Belcher's on his feet, and I don't think that was too bad.
So, Raiders desperate to get back in now, trailing 24 points to 12, having established a 12-0 lead. And suddenly these two half-backs, Chris O'Sullivan and Ricky Stewart, seem to have lost a little momentum. Oh, but he's here. Good tackle. Good cover tackle, and he's come up with the ball as Barry Dowd. Well, that's a very, very important ball steal. You can steal the ball and enter with the tackle. Oh, fire. Oh, he's going. Now then, has he been obstructed? No, the referee says no.
I think just looking at one or two of these Canberra lads now, Ray, it looks as though one or two of them don't want to run with the ball, and the support player is not there what we had in the first half.
No, they certainly look very, very tired now, Alec. Stewart. These two Canberra second rows, Lance and Coyne. Well, that was a bad blow. There are two forwards facing up to each other. This chap, Dean Lance. But Canberra playing on, the referee playing on. Good tackle. And the sixth tackle coming up. But play being stopped. Touch judge, Mr. Easter. And I think he's going to have a word with number 11, Dean Lance. The lad there in the headgear. 30 years of age. He's not a big man, 5'10", 13 stone 8.
Well, I think this is what you've got to look at here now. This is what started the little bit of fracas as the man gets up off the floor. Watch him, he kicks him in the face. I do believe that Kurt Sorensen made more of that than what it was. I don't think that was necessary. The kick was not important, but Kurt did make a lot of it.
Widnes now in possession. And when you think that there are still stars like Welsh Rugby Union centre John Devereux to be slotted into this Widnes side, gives you an estimate of the talent. Richard Ayres.
I think also it stands up for British football, how much it has improved.
Oh, good kick. Good kick. Spotted the gap, did Barry Dowd. Spotted the gap, pushed it through, and it keeps the pressure on Canberra. And another of Widnes Rugby Union buys, number 15, Swansea and Wales Rugby Union, Paul Moriarty, coming into the second row for Joe Grimmer. And how he's worked hard, this New Zealand forward. But a penalty, differential penalty of course, at the scrums, as are all penalties. Canberra's Ricky Stewart to put to touch.
I think that's a good decision, Ray, for Dougie Lawton to bring Paul Moriarty on, because he's a fresh pair of legs, and looking at some of these Canberra lads, they certainly look tired now.
And there he is, straight into the tackle, round the legs, but the ball still out. O'Sullivan. Jackson. All credit to Canberra, still employing this open style of rugby. Number 15 there, Paul Moriarty, very big, powerful ex-Rugby Union lad. That's a good heel, clean heel. Canberra more and more trying to use the sheer bulk of this lad Daly, coming back on the inside. Lance. Got a good tackle by Darren Wright. Canberra making plenty of ground from the acting half-back position. That's called running into trouble.
I think we can also say that that little bit of confidence has gone, where Canberra was throwing the ball like the Harlem Globetrotters. Now they're just happy to get 6 tackles over.
O'Sullivan to Belcher. Oh, that's well taken. That's a good pass to Paul Martin. Oh, straight round the fire, but a good tackle by Darren Wright. Well, did he not pass that ball off the ground, but Alan Tate has it. Widnes will want to hold this. Paul Moriarty. Ex-Swansea and Wales. Widnes, I think, going to have to kick here eventually. No, David Hume spotted the gap. That's good play, Paul Hume. Now then, he's got to fire outside. Good support play from Moriarty. That was good play. I thought Widnes were going to have to kick, but Hume spotted the gap. 6 tackle. Pike. That's a beautiful ball to Courier, and he's got Jonathan Davies outside him. Oh, he should have let it go. I think a missed chance there, Alec.
Yes, I think Andy Courier, you know, was trying to protect Jonathan Davies, and I don't think anybody needs to protect this fella now. He's learned his lesson, he knows what this game's all about, and, you know, he's doing it very well.
Lance. This lad Lazarus been taking the ball up all night. But really, Canberra need a little more than this now. Stewart. That's a dangerous kick, but it's touch. Very intelligent kick there by this lad, Laurie Daly. Powerful lad, has played loose forward for Canberra. Widnes 24 points to 12, looking comfortably in the lead at the moment. 15 minutes to go. Still plenty of class in this Canberra side to come back. And number 16, Mark Laurie, coming on. I think they'll be bringing off one of the forwards. I think there's been some hard work. Number 8 there, Steve Jackson, coming off. He doesn't like coming off, he's upset. Probably a blow to his ego, but I think the coach is right. They need an injection. Paul Hume. Had a good game, this lad, Paul Hume.
Yes, I think we've got to say, Ray, and it's Widnes are really looking a lot better side since they've gone in front. They've dictated the play, and they're doing everything what's good about champions.
Belcher. Ferguson. Always likes to come inside, this lad, Ferguson. And first touch of the ball there for Mark Laurie. But Canberra not breaking the Widnes defence as they did in the earlier part of the game. He likes to run this number 9 from the acting half back. 3 out of every 4 balls. Oops. Daly again.
There's something missing though, Ray, isn't there? There's that little extra bit of sparkle missing.
Oh, magnificently taken by Tate. He must have leaped 4 or 5 feet into the air. To Moriarty. Interesting to see Moriarty there at the first receiver, the fresh man doing the work. And another one who's done some work, skipper Kurt Sorensen. Three tackles gone. Tate. Oh, another good kick. That's a magnificent kick. Time and time again have we seen kicks like that from that Widnes fullback Alan Tate. 70 yards gained there. And suddenly Canberra back in their own 25-yard line from the attacking position. To O'Sullivan. And Tate in again. Walters. Well, yes, he played that himself. He's allowed to do if Widnes man doesn't mark him. Lance. Yes, that's a penalty. No need for that, no need for that. Paul Hume interfering with the ball. And it really was passing aimlessly across the field.
Yeah, but we've got to give this fella a little bit of credit, Ray. You know, the French referee, Mr. Laplatz, he's had a tremendous game. He's let the play go on, and really he's done everything to the book.
Canberra valiantly trying to get back in this game. Still 24 points to 12 for Widnes, and Widnes content, I think, to play the match out. Coyne to Belcher. They've got to take risks. O'Sullivan. Had a very sound game, this number 6. Had a good season with Oldham last year. Playing the short side. Bradley Clyde, that's a good ball. He's got the size and he's in. No, he's lost it. He's dropped it. Golden opportunity gone missing there. A quick tap. Widnes breaking out. Barry Dowd. Oh, this is good rugby. And this could be a try. He's got Darren Wright. He's going for the line. And that caught Canberra napping. They went the full length of the field. A quick tap. And it's a try for Darren Wright. 28 points to 12, and Widnes are the world champions surely after that.
Well, can you believe this? Laurie Daly, you'll not forgive yourself here. This got to be a miss. You've got to count it as a miss. Over the line and drops the ball.
Davis taking his time. He knows that Widnes now must be the winners. And who would have believed it? After 11 minutes play, Widnes shattered, looking down and out at 12 points to 0. And if Davis puts this over, 30 points to 12. An incredible fight back. No problems. Struck high, struck true. 2 points for Davis. His 100th point of the season, and 30 points to 12 for Widnes.
And this is what rugby's all about. Kurt Sorensen, look what he looks. There's a lot of Widnes support play up with the play here. Now just look at Barry Dowd. You do not sell dummies like that with little lads. 1, 2, and Australians are the super team. They don't take dummies. They took 2 there, and watch Darren Wright. This is a chance. Look what he's done to what Canberra did to him in the first half. How do you like that?
Just 7 minutes to go, and I still think there are more tries from Widnes. Canberra looking dispirited now. Hume. Davis to Belcher. Had a good game on attack, this Australian Test fullback, number 1, Gary Belcher. Knock on. And significant there, number 10, Glenn Lazarus, getting frustrated. Hume to Dowd. Ferguson. Oh, he's an entertaining wingman, this lad. He's still going. Wigan fans still talk about those 2 tries in the Challenge Cup final against Hull in '85. And David Hume knows what he was doing. Professional foul there, lying on Ferguson. had to play the ball to allow his defence to get back. Can Canberra pick up a try in these closing minutes? Certainly viewers in Australia sitting up in the middle of the night will be disappointed at this.
I would think, Ray, some of them will having, if they sat up in the middle of the night, some of these Australians will have nightmares. I don't think anybody can believe that this would happen to the champions of Australia.
Glenn Lazarus, 2 yards from this Widnes line. Walters, Lance, Clyde. Much was expected of this Bradley Clyde, but he hasn't performed tonight. Just 5 minutes to go. O'Sullivan. Belcher. Worked hard, this Belcher. No, he's in touch.
They say about rugby league, Ray, that you know, you don't only score tries, you stop them, and Widnes, you've got to be honest, are giving a fine example of attack and defence.
David Hume to put the ball in. He gets it. Oh, that's a good burst by Alan Tate. But a good tackle by Bradley Clyde. Good loose forward play there. Pike. Well picked up by Moriarty. And did well to hold it. Settled it down. Pike again. McKenzie. Oh, a little bit too clever. But it was behind him. Davis. Oh, that's a good kick. That's a punishing kick. Poor John Ferguson. But what a kick from Jonathan Davis. And despite Ferguson's speed, he couldn't get that ball. And Davis seems very pleased with his form now in rugby league. Canberra ball. A chase for Ferguson. Oh, the fire mustn't touch it, he's offside, but play on. No, he's given a penalty.
That's a very, very good decision, Ray, from the Platts.
And here, David Hume, number 7, often the unsung hero, the man of the match tonight, wins £250 at an inscribed decanter. Just over 2 minutes left. Canberra still fighting to the end. Here's a possibility. No. Well, yes, he's given it. Yes, he got his arm over. And a good round of applause from the spectators. And I think if anyone's deserved it, this 24-year-old Brisbane lad has done. Steve Walters. 30 points to 16.
Well, little Steve Walters, he's played hard all the game, you know, he's battled away, he's been totally outgunned, he breaks through, he just showed his strength, no problem, strong lad here, Walters, brushes one off, brushes two off, and strength does the rest.
And a very, very quick conversion there by Chris O'Sullivan, wasting no time for the extra 2 points, but I think it's all in vain now. 30 points to 18. A minute to go.
I think we can say, Ray, also that I think British Rugby League can raise its head very, very high and very, very proud.
Davis putting it along the floor, looking for the knock-on. Belcher. This is good rugby. Daly. Never quite been able to elude the cover as Matthew Wood. But this is one lad who has. Ferguson. He's like an electric eel. There's the hooter. Well might the Widnes lads jump into the air. The world champions. They've been the British Rugby League champions for the past 2 seasons, and now they've won the World Championship, and I think restored some pride back in British Rugby League. 30 points to 18. And Jonathan Davis played an important part. That try of his, and Andy Currier, the breaks down the middle. He was beaten in the Australian Grand Final by Canberra, but he's got revenge here. A lot of pride back here tonight. We've taken a battering in recent Test series with Australia, but I think the Lions roaring again. And Widnes skipper Kurt Sonesson, they won the European trophy against Santa Steve at the end of the season, and now they've beaten Canberra for the World Championship. The Foster's Trophy presented by Mr. Colin Lund, Managing Director of Foster's, and a cheque for £50,000 to be shared between both teams. Widnes truly the Rugby League champions of the world. And a delighted Martin Offiah, 2 tries to him. And this 30,000 crowd showing their appreciation. Truly a great night for Rugby League. Mr. David Oxley, the Secretary General of the Rugby League, handing out the inscribed mementos. Paul Hume, how well he worked in the second row. And Richard Ayres, a kiss of the trophy. He's one will not forget the try. And Andy Currier. But truly a credit to Rugby League. Alan Tate, how many honours has he won? But Widnes 30 points, Canberra 18. Widnes, the true champions of the world, beating Canberra 30 points to 18. Magnificent performance.
What a magnificent game, and what a superb fight back by Widnes from 12-0 down. It was almost incredible, but it really happened. And enjoying it to the full now are Andy Currier, for whom it was sweet revenge over Canberra, and a very proud Widnes coach, Dougie Lawton. Dougie, you must have felt, along with the rest of us, that you were dead and buried after 12 minutes.
Yeah, my actual thoughts were another week like a week last Wednesday when I played again, when I had Lancashire again Yorkshire, and I thought, the way that not another licking by the Aussies, I thought it could be 50 this, the way it was going. But then I did think also, if they let us start playing a bit, we will play. And I thought they can't keep that up surely for 80 minutes. They were marvellous.
What was the turning point for you? Was it the first try, the second, the one just after half-time? When did you feel it was beginning to go your way?
Well, when we got the first try, obviously we were 12-0 down, and they could have had another one, to be honest. If we'd done 18, I think we'd have lost it. But when we got the 4 back, I thought before the game, I watched a lot of videos of them, I thought they had a very good side. And I thought, but we will get 20 again, anybody. So I thought, well, we get 4, and then we get another 6. If we get 6, we get a 6, another 6, and build on that. And at half time, I thought they looked as though they were tired, and they weren't knocking us down as hard. we looked at always gaining confidence, and I know what the lads can do from long distance. I thought, well, the longer the game goes on, the better we'll go, and we did.
You got the try early in the second half. That put you in front. That must have been a tremendous boost, and also the fact that their centre was sent to the sin bin.
Yeah, then there was about, after that, there was about 20 minutes when I thought we might get 40 now or 50, because we were magic for about 20 minutes, and then towards the end we started to tire again and they came back a bit. But I do think, like, I'm very proud of the lads. I think they've surprised even me tonight, because 12-0 against an Aussie side, you should be dead and buried, to be honest. They normally do that to you. But credit to Canberra, they did play, and they did come out and play well, and they are probably the best footballing club side I've seen in Australia for a long, long time.
And would you say the fact that Meninga was injured and then Tony Myler injured more or less cancelled each other out?
I mean, I'm bothered I've had injuries all week. You know, I had Colotto out and Mike O'Neill out, who've been in my side regular. So you've just got to take them things. Injuries are injuries, but you expect them in a game. That's why people have subs. And
you must have done something for Great Britain tonight.
Yeah, I'm very glad for the whole country, because I do think we should think more of our sportsmen, because if you get behind them as the crowd did tonight, it shows what they will do for you. And they did get behind them, and the crowd was magic to the lads.
Wonderful stuff, Dougie. No wonder you're proud. Now, Andy Currier, you were beaten with the Balmain side in the grand final in Sydney, so it must have been a sweet revenge.
Yeah, they had a different 12 players with me tonight. You know, we throw the ball out more, so they were 12-0 up, but I didn't think we were dead in bed. We just needed to stick in there and hopefully get a couple of points, which is what we did.
How did it feel out there on the park? I mean, you must have been a bit dazed and bewildered when they swept into that league and were running rags around you.
Yeah, they took us by surprise. I think we were given a bit too much respect, and once our forwards started seeing their forwards go down, you know, we give them a bit of heart, and you know, these guys do go down. So you know, it spurred us on. We got a couple of good tries, and no, I think we were good. Well-deserved victory in the end.
What did this fella say to you at half time?
He just said keep going, mainly. I said we were playing well enough. We just had to keep knocking them down, and you know, we came up with the goods in the end.
Now, you've had a whole season with Balmain in Australia. Tonight, Britain have world champions. Is our game up with the Aussies now?
Yeah, I think so. I think we've got the players to match them. I mean, it showed tonight and what Wigan did against Manly. You know, you can't get carried away by all this. I mean, each game is a different game, and we've just got to keep on going.
And with me now from Canberra Raiders, the man who starred on the wing for Wigan at Wembley in 1985, John Ferguson. John, you must be bitterly disappointed to lose after going 12 points in the lead and playing so well.
Yes, unfortunately, as the way things turned out, I think we made too many mistakes in that second half. Widnes capitalised on them and they scored the tries.
Do you feel that the loss of Mal Meninga made a big difference?
Oh, definitely. You know, we've been playing all year, and from personal experience, I know that if Mal's on the paddock, you know, everybody's confident. He's just that sort of a guy that you know, installs confidence in young players and that. And oh yeah, we missed him.
But what do you feel about the Widnes performance? It was a great comeback, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that's tremendous football. I enjoyed the game. All games are 80 minutes of football, and you know, they come away the winners.
Well, one man who, unfortunately for him, has had longer to change than most people is the Canberra captain, Mal Meninga, who went off injured at half-time. What's the injury, Mal?
Well, Keith, unfortunately, just before half-time, I strained my medial ligament in my left knee and couldn't continue.
How much do you think, sparing your own modesty, did that influence the game? Because John Ferguson was saying that they miss your leadership on the field.
Well, I thank John for that, but you know, we've got very capable players in our team, and we can't offer really any excuses for tonight's performance. You know, it's very difficult for us to back up after such putting big effort in the Sydney competition, but full marks to Widnes, they deserved their win tonight.
It was amazing that you were 12-0 up, missed another couple of chances, and Dougie Lawton thought they were dead and buried. You must have thought you'd won it.
We didn't think we won it, we just wanted to keep continuing with the same intensity. Unfortunately, we dropped off, we made a lot of mistakes, and Widnes capitalised on it, and at half-time, we definitely let them back in the game at 12-10.
How did you see the incident? I know you were off the field then, where Jonathan Davis was awarded a try and Daly was sent to the sin bin. I think there's a bit of ill feeling in the dressing room about those two decisions.
There's a bit of ill feeling. I didn't see the incident personally. I'm not really quite sure what happened there. I felt that there wasn't too much complaining about, so I thought it must have been a great decision. The only thing that I felt was pretty strange, when you award a penalty try, you award underneath the sticks.
I think, in fact, in hindsight, a try was awarded rather than a penalty try. The touchdown was made before the foul, so, you know, we'll know.